Hello, everyone. Thrilled to be here. My journey to starting Tilli started off during my days as a teacher, and I would love for you to meet one of my students. This is Akash. Akash was almost 4 years old when COVID hit, which meant that he spent 2 of the most critical years of his life in complete isolation. He was 7 by the time he went back to school, and there was something that was completely off. He was silent in the classroom, but at home he was throwing continuous tantrums. His parents and teachers felt extremely clueless in intervening and really lacked the right tools and information. If Akash got expert advice and the right kind of intervention, research will tell us that what he was lacking was a very simple skill called self-regulation. Through a couple of different interventions, we could have gotten him back to track. So let's take a pause here and see what the data tells us about children like Akash who don't get the right kind of intervention at the right time. They are 80% less likely to graduate from school. They are 3 times more likely to be clinically depressed and also face in adulthood a financial insecurity. You might think that, well, this seems like an isolated story. But the sad part is this is the story of 1 in every 3 children who experience adverse early childhood situations. But there is good news. The good news is that 80% of our brain development was done and dusted by the time we celebrated our 10th birthday. And this is exactly this priceless opportunity that made us start Tilli. So what do we do at Tilli? We bring together the joys of playful learning, behavioral sciences, and the power of data to build and measure 8 of the most essential cognitive skills in children before their 10th birthday, so that every single child like Akash is set up to thrive as an adult. So how do we do this? Through research at the Stanford University, we've built a comprehensive learning suite where children learn these 8 skills through a play-based toolkit in the classroom. Then we use a set of gamified self-assessments to actually measure how children are building their skills and to proactively identify gaps. And finally, we use machine learning models to build personalized interventions geared towards each child's unique learning trajectory. Tilli is now being used by almost 15,000 learners across the world in just 11 months of launching. And what excites us the most is that they record a 95% completion rate. Don't believe us. Recently, our partners at UNICEF and Save the Children released a report that showed 90% of learners who use Tilli show positive coping mechanisms around managing very big emotions like anger. And this is why today we are thrilled and excited to announce the launch of our LLM-powered parenting tool. The issue is that while us as researchers know a lot about how the brain works, parents don't have access to that data. A lot of the decisions we make as parents and teachers is completely ad hoc. Our parenting tool is trained on a corpus of peer-reviewed research. It's accessible via speech, so a parent's level of literacy is not a hindrance. So think of it like a psychologist and a behavioral therapist right in your pocket. My favorite part of the tool is that it's built for local languages like my own. Democratizing the power of LLMs is something that is a high priority for us. Our team brings together decades of experience in developmental psychology, machine learning, and data. And I have our CTO, he's back in the audience here today. And together, we're on a mission to ensure 10 million 10-year-olds have access to Tilli by 2030.